What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Blitz, aka Blitz Wizard 2745, and we are here with But True. It's a new video. Not new actually. I think this is the 13 days ago. Yeah, 13 days ago. It's a But True video. 13 days ago. His sister's virginity. Uh, Still kind. Listen, I'm kind of mad right now because I filmed reactions and the audio didn't hit. It's explained in my Sukuna rap vid. Hopefully that's up by this time. If not, I guess a rundown. The audio wasn't properly set because I plugged in the headphones. I didn't set it in OBS. Bottom line, either re-reactions will come out for those videos, which is the Yo-Yo vid, which is Yo-Yo's date vid, and Tommy's shows that fell off vid. If the reactions don't come out for those, you know why. And if the reactions do come out, they're basically re-reactions. Because I'd rather not deceive people. I'll probably just say that also too. But I'm gonna re-react to them another day. Probably just later tomorrow. Give myself some space from the videos because re-reacting to like a 14-minute and a 12-minute after you just like realize that the reactions were not valid is like kind of hard right now. So, with that being said, like, subscribe, and hope I don't make that same mistake again. Matter of fact,
So you
yeah, okay. So, we're not making the mistake again. So, like, subscribe, don't forget. Y'all know what to do, man. Y'all know what to do. Let's just get into it.
so you guys know at this point my hands are tied because if I don't do this, so half of what I came here wearing is gone. Just got out of prison, and if he saw the messages
What?
his sister was sending to me, he would be horrified.
But I'm that nigga, I won't never change. Rubbing off the paint, smoking dank. Got a Uzi in my lap, I let it bang. Free Latte, no, he keep a cake, but he not taking.
Someone's first time is supposed to be special. I mean, mine sure wasn't, but it was supposed to be. However, when I was growing up, I would always hear pretty much the opposite. In fact, when people are describing this experience, they're usually describing that it happened with somebody that they do not like or never really liked in the first place. Now, this story is not about my first time doing it. I feel like you guys have already seen that one. But this story is instead about the responsibility that comes along with being someone else's first time. That aspect is never really talked about, but I really do feel like it is an important lesson to learn. Some of you guys follow me on Snap, and if you know me, you know that I do like to party. If you haven't yet, go follow the Snap. You'll usually see me editing or out at a party. One of my friends, we're gonna call him Benji for this video. Benji was throwing a party at his house to celebrate. Not really just to celebrate a birthday or anything normal like that. He was throwing a party to celebrate his friend being released from prison. He hits me up, he's like, hey yo dude, you should go. And I'm like, yeah dude, you know, fuck that, I'm not gonna go. So then he says, bro, what do you mean you're not going? Come on. Oh, I'm sorry, maybe the connection is bad. Let me rephrase that for you. I'm not fucking going. Your man's just got out of prison. For all I know, he's become feral as fuck. And somebody doing something as small as accidentally spilling a beer on his shirt means that he's gonna go apeshit and start breakdancing on the nigga's spine. Hell, for all I know, that's how the nigga ended up there in the first place. My boy wasn't taking no for an answer. He spends the next 20 minutes repeatedly asking me to go to his party. I'm like, fine, I'll go, but I'm most likely only gonna have one beer and leave. When the cops show up, I do not need to be there. When I go to the party, it's pretty much, not great. There's only like 6 other people there, which the size of a party does not inherently turn me off. It's more so the activity, and I don't know, man. 7 people in a hot-ass room eating Domino's pizza and drinking beer is only fun if the vibes are loose. And the vibes aren't really loose so far because we got a big, bulky-ass nigga in the corner that everybody is afraid to talk to. No one else in the room knew this guy except for Benji, and Benji has not introduced a single soul to a single soul. We're all just strangers from different corners of Benji's life. And he's even more of a stranger to everybody in the room who's also a stranger to me because he doesn't look like any nigga with any build that I've ever seen possible except for Marvel movies. But I'm a little bit too stubborn to be scared or awkward about any of this stuff. So I walk up to him and I'm like, hey yo, ain't nobody told me Terry Crews was gonna be here tonight.
Why would you?
Now, I like that. I like that a lot.
Not the most clever joke that I've made, but everybody likes TRU, so this nigga starts laughing, and I start laughing with him. And all of a sudden, this dude doesn't seem all that scary to me. So after that, we keep talking, and it turns out he's actually from Chicago, and not only that, but from the same neighborhood that I grew up in. We proceed to spend the next 2 hours swapping our craziest Chicago stories and drinking our asses off. But in doing so, he drinks way more than me, so me and his younger sister have to escort him to his car. I'm getting ready to leave at this point when his sister rolls down the window and says, "Can I have your number? It's for my brother." And I didn't think she was up to anything crazy at the time, so I'm like, oh, yeah, sure. Hey, yo, I don't know why I didn't see this as a possibility at the time, but dude, guess who I'm texting for a week straight after that? I'll give you a hint. It sure as hell isn't her brother. And I obviously felt bad about this, right? I'm not a demon. I know bro code enough to know that you don't mess with somebody's sister and you don't mess with somebody's exes. But I met this dude one time and I had been texting his sister for a week. So as far as it went, I felt like I had more loyalty to her than him. But at the same time, I knew this nigga just got out of prison, and if he saw the messages his sister was sending to me, he would be horrified. I don't want to know what a size 6 Timberland boot feels like in my ass. So for a week, every time she sent me anything suggestive, Brody, I'm pacing around my room like somebody just turned the heat up. Like, what am I supposed to do? Somebody help me. I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I text her and I'm like, bro, I know your brother and he just got out of prison. I hope that we could still be friends, but at the same time, I'm not gonna pursue you romantically or sexually. She goes, yeah, I'm sorry, but it's just that whenever I imagine my first time being with any guy, it was usually with a guy like you. Wait, first time? I would have been her first time?
Nah.
After she said that, I wanted to reconsider, my boy. Mainly because if you saw my videos, you knew that my first time was with somebody who was a bitch. And after dealing with the heartbreak that provided me, I always said to myself that if I got the chance to be somebody's first time, I'm not gonna treat them as badly as she treated me. But you know what? I made my bed, and now I'm gonna sleep in it. So I didn't want to fold on what I just told her. And I said, I'm not gonna pursue her in that way. I tried to remain as strong-minded about this as I could. But then, bro, tell me why she gotta start hitting me with the selfies.
Leave me alone!
Nah.
So you guys know at this point my hands are tied, because if I don't do this, then that can only mean that I'm just not a human. It took me all of 30 minutes in total to shower and then be over at their apartment. Her brother was gonna be at work until midnight, giving me at least 5 uninterrupted, not getting my ass kicked hours. So me and Shorty are on her bed, not doing the thing, but doing lesser versions of the thing. I actually don't know what that frame is, I just felt like drawing it. But when things are getting too heavy, she pulls back and says, I know that we're both ready to take this to the next stage, but I think we should talk first. And not being an overexcited asshole, I of course say, yeah, sure. But in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, 1, we've been talking all week. I don't know what you could have to say now that you couldn't have said to me earlier. And 2, why did you just turn the lights off to tell me? And 3, why wait until half of what I came here wearing is gone? I didn't want to mention this earlier because I really did not want to get demonetized, but I feel like it's important to the story. Yeah, buddy, my clothes were at the foot of her bed. Why wait until I'm standing in the middle of your room in boxers, in the dark, confused? Now, for clarification's sake, I'm gonna put the clothes back onto our characters, but just know that we were not wearing them for the duration of the time that I spent in her room. So, like, what am I
Okay, so now, okay, never mind. Now that I've heard that snippet, I was gonna say, okay, please, please don't tell me what I think you're about to tell me. It would have been crazy if it turned out she was underage. But that would have been crazy. That would have been crazy.
to you, because honestly, I'm feeling kinda used. So I stare at her for a while and just wait for her to say she's joking or something. But bro, she doesn't say it. I think she might be serious. I'm gonna be real, it pisses me off a little bit, but I calmly take a deep breath and I compose myself and ask her, in what ways do you feel like you've been used? I just feel like I've been giving you so many chances to, you know, take me on an actual date. This is, you know, the first time we see each other since the party, and it's just a hookup, which is something that I'm still down to do if you're still down to commit. I'm just trying to clarify at this point because this shit has blindsided me. So I ask her, you mean commit as in you be my girlfriend? Exactly. What I'm about to say to you, I need you to take it in the most positive and constructive way.
Okay.
If you wanted a relationship, then you should have moved in the way that would tell me that you wanted a relationship. When I first met you, you asked me for my number and told me that it was in regards to your brother. You never gave your brother my number, and instead I've just only been talking to you. So right off the bat, that tells me that you're a dishonest person.
But I...
Stay with me on this one here because I feel like I'm gonna lose you in a second. Secondly,
I'm saying, but
are you listening?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Damn.
Secondly, when I did tell you that I did not want to pursue you romantically or sexually, you ended up sending me a bunch of selfies as a way to try to entice me
5 minutes later.
and then sit in bed and emotionally manipulate me.
A few minutes later.
Easily one of my favorite actors since childhood, and I've never seen him win an Oscar.
5 minutes
What?
later.
If you ever want to
Just what to do with anything? Hey, no, it's crazy. People, yeah, people have told me. One person I'm friends with told me like this girl he was about to get down with. She literally did something like this where it was like they weren't in the bed and none of that. They were like literally there. They were literally there, right? He thinking he's about to go do it, and then next thing you know, she's like, "I mean, what are we doing exactly? What are we?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? What do you?" And I asked him, "What do you mean? What does she mean? What like?" It's the first day. It's the first day. You're giving hints to this guy that you want to do it, and then you feel like that's. But if you feel like you should be in a relationship for that, move in the way you, like he said, you gotta move as if you want a relationship, not as if you, not as if you want to do this, because then this happens.
go on an actual date, let me know. Hey, my phone died. Can you use your flashlight to find my pants? So
Oh.
I grabbed my clothes and drove back home. Moral of the story: I really don't think she was a virgin.
What the heck is that? Is that the latest one? Alright, I'll check that one in a bit. But I'll see that one. I'll talk about that one in a bit. But hey, that was Butt True's his sister's virginity. Go ahead, like this video. I gotta do that more often. I like this video, and then go ahead, like my video, subscribe, notifications, and again, if the Yo-Yo and Tommy vids don't come out, it's because the sound cut out, and I just didn't want to react to it. Which probably will most likely happen, honestly. But with that being said, with Godspeed, see ya.